Hi everyone. In the last session we have seen single phase semi-controlled converter for separately excited DC motor. In today's session we will see the single phase fully controlled rectifier control for separately excited DC motor. So in fully controlled rectifier, if you see the power circuit diagram, all the switches are controlling switches. Single phase fully controlled converter. It is connected to the motor equivalent circuit, that is nothing but RA, LA and EB. RLE load is nothing but it is equivalent to the motor load. So this is separately excited DC motor. If you want, you can connect the field separately with VF and IF. So here V0 is the output voltage, I0 is equal to IA is nothing but armature current or output current, and Vs and Is are the source voltage and source current. T1, T2, T3, T4 are the controlling switches. So here again, to convert the AC to DC, we are using another type of converter, that is nothing but single phase fully controlled converter. With this, the earlier converter drawback has overcome, that is the single phase semi converter drawback is it is single quadrant converter. It can be operated only in the first quadrant, that is both voltage and current of the single phase converter is always positive. With that we'll get only motoring operation. Forward motoring operation alone it is possible with the single phase semi converter. That is a drawback in the drives operation. We need both motoring as well as the braking operation. To overcome the drawback, the two uncontrolled switches or two diodes in the single phase semi converter are replaced with the controlling switches like this. So now it becomes a single phase fully controlled converter. By using this single phase fully controlled converter, we can get both positive voltage and negative voltage with always positive current. In rectifiers, your current is always positive. Whatever the converter it may be, your current is always going out from the common cathode and in from the common anode. So rectifier current is always in the positive direction only. We cannot reverse the rectifier current. So that is common, from common cathode only your current is coming out. That means it is entering into the armature or it is entering into the motor circuit. Okay. So if you see the circuit diagram, this is the power circuit diagram. If you see the waveforms, your single phase AC voltage Vs is applied here. So Vs voltage waveform, and as load is having constant voltage EB, the EB is shown here with the dotted lines. Your firing angle alpha should be more than this EB value. The firing angle where you want to apply this firing angle, this instant, if you want to apply this instant, the corresponding firing angle is this point. Corresponding to this point, whatever the instant voltage, that instant voltage should be more than the EB value. Then the thyristors, the corresponding thyristors will be in the forward bias, because Vs should be more than E. Then only the corresponding thyristors will be in the forward bias. If the thyristors are in the forward bias, then only you can apply the firing pulse. Hence, your thyristor will be getting into the conduction. So, for example, if you keep your firing angle less than at here, for example, the corresponding to the firing angle instant is less than E. This is, let us take Vs, and the corresponding firing angle if you apply here, your alpha corresponding voltage is less than E value, even though you applied firing angle here at this point itself, but the corresponding thyristor is not in forward bias, because Vs is less than E. So corresponding thyristor is not in forward bias. To bring the thyristor into the conduction state, it need to satisfy both the conditions, that is thyristor should be in the forward bias, as well as it needs to be provided with the firing pulse. Even though we have provided with the firing pulse, the thyristor is not in forward bias. Hence, it will wait till the thyristor will getting into the forward bias condition. That means after Vs is greater than E point, after this point, your thyristor will getting into the conduction. After that, your switch will be in conduction. Hence, to avoid that discontinuous conduction for this duration, we are providing the firing pulse at this point. Okay. By providing the firing pulse at this point, if you see here, for alpha is provided at this instant, and after pi radians, again for another set of thyristors will receive the firing pulse at pi plus alpha. T1, T2 are provided the firing pulse at alpha, and T3, T4 are provided firing pulse at pi plus alpha. That means the angle difference between the two sets of firing pulse. So here that is equal to the pi. So once if you provide the firing pulse to the T1, T2 at alpha, you need to provide the next set of firing pulses to the T3, T4 combination at after pi. That is nothing but at pi plus alpha. Okay. By providing the firing pulse to the T1, T2 at alpha, whenever your voltage reaches to that corresponding alpha value, here what is the minimum firing angle is nothing but requirement is nothing but alpha minimum is equal to sine inverse of E by Vm, because what is your E is equal to Vm sine alpha. From that you can get the alpha minimum is equal to sine inverse of E by V minimum. If E is equal to 0, let us assume that the E is equal to 0, then alpha minimum you can start from 0 itself. If E is equal to Vm, then you can start firing angle at alpha minimum is equal to sine inverse of 1. So the corresponding angle onwards you can start firing angle. Okay. Anyway, we have started the firing angle. Once T1, T2 are provided the firing pulse, and T1, T2 are already in forward bias, and T1, T2 are provided with the firing pulse. Hence, your supply voltage plus will, the switch is turned on, right? Plus will be appeared at the top of that load, and minus through this T2 switch. T2 is also forward bias because minus is applied at the cathode of the T2 switch. So minus will be appeared at the bottom of the load. That means entire plus minus will be appeared across the load. That means it will receive the voltage similar to the source voltage from here onwards. From here onwards it is receiving the same voltage as the source voltage. Your V0 voltage is equal to the Vs. Even after pi switch also, because during this T1, T2 turn on period from alpha to pi, this is your pi, alpha to pi, your inductor is charging, inductor is getting charged. So when inductor is getting charged, it need to be discharged. To discharge the stored energy in the inductor, it needs to allow the current in the same direction, because inductor current does not change suddenly. So to avoid that, we need to allow the current in the same direction. To allow the current in the same direction, already T1, T2 thyristors are in conduction. That inductor current will make the T2 and T1 again in the forward bias itself, and it will continue its conduction through the T1, T2 and source till T3, T4 turn on. When T3, T4 will turn on? At pi plus alpha. Till pi plus alpha, T1, T2 will continue its conduction. From pi to pi plus alpha also, T1, T2 will continue its conduction even though the negative voltage is applied. Even though the negative voltage is applied, to discharge or to de-energize the inductor energy, inductor current needs to flow in the T2 and T1 path. that will, the inductor current will make the T1 T2 forward bias for the negative supply voltage also. That's why when T1 T2 are turned on from pi to pi plus alpha, it will follow the same similar to the source voltage. That's why your negative voltage also appeared across the output voltage. And after pi plus alpha, T3 T4 received the firing pulses. So T1 T2 will be turned off and T3 T4 will turn on. When T3 T4 turn on, during that time, what is the voltage status? The voltage status is getting, source voltage is getting reversed, right? So here it will become minus and it will become plus. For this plus, T3 is in forward bias by providing this firing pulse at pi plus alpha. And for this minus, T4 is forward bias because minus is connected to the cathode. And by we are providing the firing pulse at pi plus alpha for the T4 also. That's why your plus will be appeared at here. Sorry, your plus will be minus plus, right? This minus through T4 is appearing at here and the plus is appearing through the T3 at top. That's why at pi plus alpha, again your voltage across the load is with positive negative polarities because plus is appearing through this T3 at top of the load, minus is appearing at this by turning on this T4 at bottom of the load. With that, again from pi plus alpha to 2 pi, your voltage is appearing on the positive side only because V0 is equal to, again it will follow the source voltage only. But what is the polarity here? Again with the positive polarity only. That's why it will come on the positive side. After 2 pi, again it will extend its conduction because during the positive voltage, inductor will get charged in this direction. It needs to discharge in the same direction. To discharge the current in the same direction, T2 is turned off because T2 is not provided the firing pulse till this point. From this portion to this portion only T3 T4 are turned on, or the corresponding firing pulse are provided to the T3 and T4 only. That's why your T3 will continue, T3 and T4 will continue its conduction and your inductor will discharge in this way through T3 and T4 from 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha. In this way, the waveform, rest of the waveform need to be drawn. So here, by assuming the inductor current continuous current, your inductor will get charged and discharged. As this is RL load, your maximum current is in between 90 degrees to 180 degrees. That's why the waveform is, inductor waveform is drawn like this, charging and discharging. And to draw the source current, so here to draw the source current, IS when T1 is turned on, IS is equal to I0, right? IS is equal to I0 when T1 and T2 are turned on. So it need to follow the IS is equal to I0. IS is equal to I0. That's why it will follow the IS is equal to I0. When T3 T4 are turned on, from here to here, from here to here, when T3 T4 are turned on, when T3 is turned on, this is your I0, right? T3 is turned on, I0, and it need to flow through the T4 and it is opposite to the minus I0, right? When T3 T4 are turned on, your current, this become positive, this become negative. Current IS is equal to I0, sorry, IS will become minus I0. That's why IS is equal to minus I0 means this will become IS is equal to minus I0 and here it will become IS is equal to plus I0. Okay, we need to use this waveform to find out the average voltage just by applying the average voltage formula. 1 by t into integral 0 to t v of t into dt. That is nothing but here v of t is equal to Vm sin omega t. V0 is equal to V0 average or armature voltage Va is equal to 1 by pi. Total time period is pi. 1 by pi integral alpha to pi plus alpha Vm sin omega t into d omega t. By applying that formula, we can get V0 is equal to 2Vm by pi into cos alpha for this continuous conduction. Okay. If you observe this equation, by substituting alpha is equal 0 to 180 degrees, V naught versus firing angle, the waveform, corresponding waveform you'll get like this. Because alpha is equal 0 means cos 0 is equal 1, 2 Vm by pi is the maximum voltage. Alpha is equal 90 degrees means the corresponding average voltage is 0. At 90 degrees it will go to the 0. At alpha is equal 180 degrees, cos 180 is equal minus 1, you will get the minus 2 Vm by pi. That means by varying the firing angle from 0 to 180 degrees, 0 to 180 degrees, you can get the positive voltage as well as the negative voltage. Both positive voltage and negative voltage can be achieved by varying the firing angle of the full converter from 0 to 180 degrees. But your armature current or load current is always positive only. Current is always positive, whereas you can get the voltage in both directions. By using this, we can say that the V naught versus I naught, if you see that this will be in the two quadrants, because current is always positive, whereas you can get voltage positive for alpha is less than 90 degrees and for alpha is greater than 90 degrees, or between alpha is equal 0 to 90 degrees, you will get the positive voltage with positive current. From 90 to 180 you will get the negative voltage with positive current again. That's why you will get the first and fourth quadrant operation by using this single phase full converter. It is a two quadrant converter because by using this we can say that this is a single phase full converter is two quadrant converter, two quadrant converter. The two corresponding two quadrants are first and fourth quadrant. Now we have seen the power circuit diagram, corresponding waveforms we have drawn and corresponding equations we have derived. Now we got the voltage equation in terms of firing angle. But what is our objective? We need to get the speed equation in terms of firing angle to draw the speed torque characteristics. Our objectives of these drives is we need to get the variable speed torque characteristics by varying the firing angle of the converter. To get that, we need to bring the speed equation in terms of firing angle. To bring that speed equation in terms of firing angle, we are using these relations. What is the speed equation? Speed equation is equal to omega m is equal Eb by k pi, where Eb is equal Va minus Ia Ra for motor is divided by k pi, and Va is nothing but output voltage of this Va, armature current, armature voltage is nothing but output voltage across this motor, right? So Va by k pi minus Ra by k pi into Ia. Just I am rewriting this equation. I am substituting this Va from by using this equation 2 Vm by pi k into cos alpha minus, I am replacing this Ia by using this equation T is equal k into Ia or k pi into Ia, because here k into Ia or k pi into Ia, you can use k pi as one more constant, that is k. You can replace the k pi with k, then k is equal k pi. That's why here T is equal k pi into Ia, Ia is equal T by k pi or T by k. So Ra by k square into T, by substituting Ia is equal T by k, you can get this equation, right? Because as this is separately excited DC motor, your torque T is equal to k into Ia and omega m is equal to Eb by k pi into I, or omega m is equal to Eb by k pi, or omega m is equal to Eb by k. Okay. So now you got the speed in terms of firing angle. By varying this firing angle, you can get the different speeds. If you draw the speed versus torque characteristics, you can observe the speed torque characteristics. Okay. The ideal no load operation is obtained at Ia is equal to 0. No load operation means IAR, output current, or armature current should be equal to 0. When we replace this armature current equal to 0, the corresponding torque equal to 0. When torque equal to 0, this entire component equal to 0. The corresponding no load speed is equal to 2 Vm by pi k into cos alpha. The corresponding no load speed is equal to 2 Vm by pi k into cos alpha, for alpha value is varying between the 0 to pi by 2. When you are varying the alpha between 0 to pi by 2 to pi, you need to keep pi by 2 plus alpha, right? From pi by 2 plus alpha, 2Vm by pi k into cos pi by 2 plus alpha will become minus 2Vm by pi k into sin alpha. Okay, this is the no load speed. When do you get this no load operation means, or armature current equal to 0 means, whenever all the thyristors are not turned on. In that condition, you will get the armature current equal to 0. When do you get that condition? When all the thyristors fails to turn on or fails to fire, then the armature current equal to 0. This will happen only when E is greater than Vs. That means your back EMF is more than the source voltage. When your back EMF is more than the source voltage, then all the thyristors are in the reverse bias. Even though if you are providing the firing pulse, the corresponding thyristors are in reverse bias. To turn on the thyristor, we need to satisfy that the thyristor should be in the forward bias also. Your firing pulse is ready, but the thyristor is not in the forward bias because EB is greater than V. In that case, all the thyristors do not turn on, even though the firing pulses are present. Like in this case, I have told you, no. So here, when EB is greater than Vs, in this case, even though if you provide the firing pulse at this point, your thyristor do not turn on because EB is greater than Vs will make the thyristors in reverse bias. So during that condition, your Ia equal to 0, so that you will get the no load speed. Okay. The maximum average terminal voltage is equal to the rated motor voltage, which is equal to the 2 Vm by pi. For cos alpha is equal to 0 means you will get the maximum voltage, right? So if you see the speed torque characteristics, speed versus torque characteristics, because this is 2-quadrant converter and you are getting both positive voltage and negative voltage, that's why we will draw the characteristics also in the first and fourth quadrant, because omega m is directly proportional to E is directly proportional to V, and torque T is directly proportional to the Ia armature current. So as we are getting both in the first and fourth quadrant, we can get the speed torque characteristic, and torque current is always positive, torque is also positive, hence we can get the speed torque characteristics also in the first and fourth quadrant. So if you draw the first and fourth quadrant speed torque characteristics, for alpha is equal to 0, you will get the maximum speed, right? Because 2 Vm by pi cos alpha means when this term will be maximum, alpha is equal to 0 will give the first term will be maximum, so that you will get the maximum speed. As your firing angle is increasing, your cos of firing angle will reduce the first term, so that your speed will be reduced. The corresponding characteristics will be shift downward when you are increasing the firing angle. When you are increasing the firing angle beyond the 90 degrees or between the 90 to 180 degrees, your characteristics will enter into the fourth quadrant, because the corresponding voltage will become negative, right? The corresponding voltage will become negative means this term will become negative. That will make the corresponding speed as negative, because minus of this minus, right? Cos 90 plus some alpha means that will make the minus of 2 Vm by pi k into sin alpha, right? So that will make the first term also negative, so that your speed will be also negative. As the firing angle again increasing from 90 to 180 degrees, your speed will increase in the negative direction, right? Because cos 180 will give the minus 1. So that's why your maximum speed will be at alpha is equal 180 degrees. So in this way, the characteristics will shift downward when alpha is varying from 0 to 180 degrees, both in the first and fourth quadrant. First quadrant is nothing but both speed and torque are positive, means that is in the forward motoring mode. This is in the forward motoring mode. What about this one? So this is braking mode. We understood that the power is because torque T and minus omega m, right? What is the power? Power is negative, right? Power P is equal to T into omega. Here power is negative means that is in the braking mode. But whether it is forward or reverse, to know that, what is your speed direction? Your speed direction is reversed. That's why it is in reverse braking mode. When power is positive, that is in motoring mode. If speed is positive means that is forward motoring mode. When speed is negative, that is in reverse mode. And when power, what is the power condition it here? Power is negative, that's why it is reverse braking mode. So the motor can bring from forward motoring to the reverse braking by using the full converter or fully controlled converter by varying the firing angle from 0 to 180 degrees. Okay, so in this way we can get the two quadrant operation of this drive. So simply if we see that, let us assume this is your full converter, the corresponding voltage is VA plus and minus. For alpha is less than 90 degrees, you'll get the positive voltage, right? That indicates positive voltage. The corresponding speed is in the clockwise direction. We assume that the clockwise direction speed is nothing but forward direction. So forward motoring mode. IA always in the positive direction only, it will enter into the armature. For alpha is less than 90 degrees, your full converter will work like a rectifier, and for this your speed is always positive. This gives the motoring operation. To bring this motoring operation into the braking condition or braking mode, you need to vary the firing angle above the 90 degrees. When you are changing the firing angle of this full converter above the 90 degrees, the full converter will work like a inverter. When it works like a inverter, you will get the voltage across the motor in the negative direction, plus and minus. Earlier it is plus minus, now it becomes minus plus. That makes the speed into the negative or in the counterclockwise direction. Speed direction will be opposite to the earlier direction, that's why omega m is less than 0. In the negative direction, alpha is greater than 90 degrees, so that bring the motor into the reverse braking operation. Okay, so this is all about the single phase fully controlled converter drive. Again, like I told you, you need to remember that we need to draw the power circuit diagram, corresponding waveforms, power circuit diagram with the corresponding motor, and corresponding waveforms will give the voltage equation in terms of firing angle. That will tell us the converter will operate in how many quadrants, whether it is single quadrant converter or two quadrant converters or four quadrant converters. By using that, we can get the corresponding quadrant of speed torque characteristic in the corresponding quadrants. So power circuit diagram, waveforms, corresponding equation, that equation need to be substituted in the speed equation so that your speed will be the function of the firing angle. If you get this equation, then you can draw the speed torque characteristics. The speed torque characteristics will get corresponding to that quadrant of operation. Okay, this is all about the single phase fully controlled converter for separately excited DC motor. Thank you all.